Sometimes old Hollywood stories resurface in unexpected ways, and they take on a completely new life in the digital age. Recently, actress Carolyn Jones has been trending online again after a set of vintage beach photographs began circulating across social platforms. What makes this interesting is not the images themselves, but how differently they are being interpreted today compared to when they were first taken. It shows how time can completely reshape the way we see public figures from the past. Carolyn Jones and the Golden Age of Hollywood. Carolyn Jones was part of a generation of Hollywood performers known for their strong screen presence and classic sense of style. During that era, the entertainment industry carefully managed how stars were presented to the public. Everything from photo shoots to public appearances was often planned with precision, shaping an idealized version of celebrity life. Jones, like many actors of her time, was admired for her elegance and on-screen charisma, which helped define her place in film and television history. Candid images and changing standards. The resurfaced beach photographs show a more relaxed and natural side of her, which contrasts with the highly controlled image typically associated with classic Hollywood. While the photos are relatively modest by today's standards, they are now being viewed through a modern lens that naturally compares past fashion and culture to present-day norms. This difference in perspective is what often fuels online discussion when older images reappear, especially in an era where visual content spreads quickly and reaches new audiences within hours. How public perception evolves over time. One of the most interesting aspects of this renewed attention is how opinions vary widely depending on who is viewing the images. Some people see them as stylish and timeless, while others consider them completely ordinary. This contrast highlights how cultural standards shift over decades. What once may have been considered striking or unconventional can later feel familiar or even understated. In many ways, these changing reactions say more about evolving society than they do about the person in the photographs. The role of social media in reviving the past. In today's digital world, no image is ever truly forgotten. Social media platforms have a way of bringing historical content back into circulation, often introducing it to audiences who have little context about the original time period. This can create a mix of curiosity and reinterpretation, where older moments are re-examined through modern values. For many viewers, it becomes an opportunity to rediscover cultural history, while for others, it sparks conversations about how fame and imagery are understood across generations. Legacy beyond a single moment. While the recent attention focuses on a small set of photographs, Carolyn Jones's legacy is far broader than any single image. Her contributions to Hollywood were built on her talent, screen presence, and the lasting impression she left on audiences of her time. These resurfaced moments serve more as reminders of a different era rather than defining features of her career. They also highlight how public memory often simplifies complex lives into brief visual snapshots. Looking at the bigger picture, ultimately, this renewed interest reflects how our relationship with celebrity culture continues to evolve. Images from the past are no longer static. They are reinterpreted, debated, and shared in new contexts. Carolyn Jones's photos are just one example of how history can resurface and spark fresh conversation. Whether viewed as nostalgic, stylish, or simply historical, they remind us that every image carries both its original moment and the perspective of the present.